We've got around about 4 minutes before we're going to get started. So I'm going to throw you guys over to the intro video. When we come back, it should be time to get things going. ToeJam and Earl. It's a chill game about throwing tomatoes, sitting in the hot tub, drinking lemonade, and dancing with those hula girls. That kind of sums it up, right?
Not anymore.
Whoa, okay then, deeper and more authoritative voice. Why don't you tell us a bit more about what it is then?
Well, okay then. First of all, my name is James, known more commonly but unwantedly so as the Anti-Funk. And secondly, this game is all about the speed.
Yeah, exactly. So tonight we have a series of races where the 4 fastest Funkotronians compete against each other, going head to head, collecting all the shit pieces as fast as they possibly can to return to Funkotron victorious. And here's the best bit. You guys get to watch them live.
Alright, I'm with you guys now. I know what this is. Alright, let me take over. Let me explain to you guys watching how this is going to work. We've got 4 players left in the tournament. That's 2 semi-finals, with the winners advancing to face each other in the grand finals immediately after. You may not have ever seen anything done like this in ToeJam and Earl before, and here's why. In the game, you have 2 choices, fixed world or random world. Everyone and their dog now knows how to do fixed world in a set way that gets you from A to B in the quickest possible time. So really, the differential there is the RNG. Conversely, the other option is random world. That sees everyone play their own levels independently of each other. No 2 games are the same. And somebody can strike it lucky. Somebody can get a fantastic seed and blitz it to the end, while somebody else of greater skill can roll snake eyes. It's truly a race where you're comparing apples with oranges. It's fun, it's unpredictable, but it's not exactly conducive to crowning a grand champion. So this tournament is kind of meeting in the middle and playing the game in a little bit of a different way that isn't possible out of the box. You see, the way we're going to do it today, in a nutshell, is we're going to make a new fixed world. It's called a seeded world. So everyone racing is going to be using the same levels, but they don't know which levels they're going to be playing. This levels the playing field and gives the best players the best shot at coming out victorious. Let's give it up in the Twitch chat for the contestants. You got Seawalker 777. You got ACMLM. You got Dr. Calexo. And you got Slabbity Slab. Already, these 4 have done exceptionally well to get to this point. But there can be only one winner. And tonight, we find out who that is. Sit back, grab your favorite root beer, and enjoy. All right. I'm ready. Looks like the racers are ready. I hope you guys are ready. The race begins in 10 seconds. And we are off. So level 1 is the same for everyone, as are all the other levels in the seeded world. But you're all familiar with level 1 being the same for everyone. That's the same regardless. Everyone finding that first elevator very easily. ACM appears to be slightly ahead. What's going to be quite potentially jarring, let's just keep an eye on things, is there is slightly different latency between the players. So the best way to look at who's logically winning is their own timers, if they have them visible on the stream. There shouldn't be too much in it, so it should largely be true that whoever's winning on the screen is winning. But we are going to be going by the official timer in the race room, so if there's a dispute at the end and it appears that it's a close finish and we need to go and consult the numbers, we will do. But I'm hoping that we're not going to need to do that, and it's going to be quite obvious and quite straightforward, as we've got 2 there in the elevator heading up. That's Dr. Calexo and ACM LM, both arriving now on level 3. We've got Seawalker and Slab making their way through level 2. You can see Slab bottom right just picking up that ship piece. Calexo finding the elevator on 3, which tells us that ACM is looking for it, not found it, and is not actually that close. There's the ship piece for Seawalker on 2, so he's halfway there. Slab now in the elevator is going to join those on 3. I say those on 3. It's actually a nice split here. You've got 2 on 2, 1 on 3, and 1 on 4 now. Rasher in the chat saying, hopefully there's no boogeyman. I would expect boogeymen today. There's a hula girl for sure on Dr. Calexo's stream. It's not quite Christmas, but there's a Santa Claus as well. ACM with a promotion. He is a doofus. This is the only time you can call somebody a doofus and not be slighting them in some way. Could be a Halloween Santa. I don't know that Santa is necessarily a scary costume that you can get away with for Halloween. Although I guess it doesn't really matter nowadays. It's not like you have to be a scary character to be Halloween costuming as them, I've noticed. Alright, Slab is now up to 4. ACM is leaving 4. As Calexo arrives on 5. So if we're looking at this logically in terms of what we expect ACM to do very well. He was the leader of the heats, so he is in the prime position in terms of what we expect in terms of seeding. Using the word seeding on a seeded world is kind of really confusing, but I tried to avoid it there, but then it didn't really make sense when I explained it, so I had to use the word seeding and seeded. But the division is there. You've got the top half of the screen there is ACM, LM, and Seawalker. That is the top seed playing against the bottom seed. And as you can see, there is a differential there. ACM is in the lead, as expected. On the bottom half of the screen, you've got the second semi-final taking place, and that's Dr. Calexo racing against Slab. This is second playing third, so you would expect these two to be quite tightly contested if the heats hold true. As with any game of ToeJam Earl, you never know what you're going to get. Look at 6 here for the left-hand side of your screen. Both entering the elevator at the same time. There's the neck-and-neck battle to be watching right there. Those two. I'm not sure if they're playing ToeJam Earl or doing some sort of synchronized swimming routine. But very well played. You got Seawalker being chased by a hamster in a ball there. And Slab being chased by a lady with a shopping cart. ACM stocking up on some items there. Boogeyman! Right there, hitting Dr. Calexo, but he doesn't fall. Seawalker there. Right by the Carrot Man and also the elevator for going up into 5. As ACM advances on to 8, that is going to put him in the lead. And the tornado coming in for Dr. Calexo takes him to the elevator, gives him a little bit of a, this is what you could have won, before chucking him off the edge. Or does it? No, it doesn't. It gives him the info and it puts him nicely on the land. What a well-behaved tornado. So I'm in your guys' position here. I'm trying to talk over the top of what's going on, but as you can see for yourselves, there is a lot going on in 4 different areas of the screen. And the people are bringing up the present menus, they're bringing up their maps, they're collecting ship pieces, ACM in the top corner. It's very hard to watch everything that's going on. I'll do my best to try and keep up here. I just see that Dr. Calexo just used the Carrot Man and identified Tomato Rain. Obviously, when you're using the Carrot Man, you're hoping that you're going to identify something useful. I don't know that Tomato Rain really fills that criteria. He would be hoping for the knowledge of things like randomizers and total bummers to get those identified. And once you've got the baddest presents in the inventory identified, you can start opening your items with a bit more freedom, knowing that you're not going to be undoing your hard work, or, you know, that money that you're investing in the Carrot Man is effectively wasted if you randomize your items. An extra life there for ACM. I believe that was for a promotion. Going up into Poindexter territory there. Look at the top left. The way he moves. Very smart. He's moving ahead of the camera. A smart little trick there. There he goes again, getting that ship piece. The Amplimator connector thin. And he's off again, up to the north. He's got that mole there. He's avoiding it well. Ship piece found for Dr. Calexo. Let's take stock of where we are. It's all very close actually. We've got 2 players on level 8, 1 on level 7 and 1 on level 9. As Dr. Calexo goes up to level 9, joining ACM. Rocket skates for Seawalker. See if he can control them. He's found another Carrot Man. It's got narrow pathways. Dare he do it? No. He's going to collect the present, play it safe, take stock. ACM with that movement trick that is spawning terrain off screen as well. I mean, the spawning terrain is bad. You don't want to spawn terrain if you don't need to, but he didn't even know he was near the edge because of this camera trick there. Slab with the super high tops now. He's going for the buck as well. Before jumping in the elevator, getting himself up to level 9. And as he joins level 9, ACM gets in the elevator and leaves level 9. And Dr. Calexo finds the ship piece on 9. The Amplimator Connector Fin. So there's a ship piece on 8 and a ship piece on 9 for these guys. That's back to back. Thank you, Rasha. Appreciate that very much. Mole action on Seawalker's screen there as he loses an item. That was the item he collected on his rocket skates earlier. I'm not sure if we have that identified or not yet. He's got so many carrot man. He's got another one on his screen. That's the third one on as many levels that I've seen for Seawalker there. As ACM took to the drink, jumping in the water to avoid the mailbox monster right there. Smart move. Hey, Autonomous. Ship piece discovered on level 8 for Seawalker 777. It's good for these guys to be getting the ship pieces out of the way early. These levels tend to be smaller than the later levels and have less hazardous enemies to encounter as well. So the earlier you can get the ship pieces out of the way, the better. You saw at the bottom left there at Dr. Calexo's screen, he promoted inside the elevator, but he should be okay. We'll find out when he arrives at the next level. Has he soft locked himself? Has he? Oh no! He is soft locked at the bottom left of the screen. What he's done is he's got inside the elevator whilst he was being promoted. Oh no! Disaster strikes. He's asking me what to do. I'm going to say let's restart. He's 10 levels behind, but if he wants to restart and try and catch up, he's racing against Slab, who's on level 9. If he can catch up, well, if he can catch up, he deserves to advance. But my God, that is a game over for Dr. Calexo there. But he's trying again. He's starting over at level 1. But yeah, that's something you got to keep an eye on. When you're... Oh, total bummer, top left. ACM. He's going to see if he's got food. He does not have food, so he can't avoid the death. There's so much to talk about here. So what ACM was trying to do there, he tries to avoid the tornado. He was trying to recognize he had the total bummer and then open his present inventory during the total bummer to pop open a food item that would give him more health and therefore mean that he had a little bit of health left and his total bummer wouldn't kill him. That's a trick that is useful to know if you don't already know that about ToeJam Earl, as a way to avoid the ramifications of the total bummer. Going back the bottom left of the screen there with Dr. Calexo, let me explain what happened to Dr. Calexo, because you might be, thinking, well, how come, did the game bug? Did it glitch? Is that unfair? Does the whole game have to restart for everybody? No. The reason that he had to restart is because he made a mistake. And that's why everyone else continues and he has to restart if he wants to continue playing. The mistake he made was he started to promote. It gives you the visual and the audio cue that you're promoting. Fires the fireworks off and everything. If you get in an elevator to go up a level, as that promotion is happening, it soft locks you into the elevator and you can't get out when you reach the next level. So it's important that if you recognize that you're being promoted onto a level that gives you an extra life, which is what that was doing, and why he got soft locked, then you have to wait until it finishes before you get in the elevator. It's something he needs to know before getting in the elevator, and because he chose to risk it for a biscuit, he got soft locked. If you try and go too fast, sometimes that happens. You got to slow down a second and consider your options. Yeah, Rasha, it's the promotion, but it's the promotions that are tied in with the extra lives, so you get soft locked into that animation of the extra life in the elevator. Right, we got the doorway popped open on level 11 for ACM at the top left, but he's busy getting hulaed right now, having a whale of a time dancing with that hula girl. He's in the pole position right now, as he drops his items to get the moles to go away. Look at those moles, there's 3 of them on one screen for him. Well, he hasn't got any items anyway, so he progresses into the elevator unscathed. Or as unscathed as you can be with no items. Dr. Calypso made his way back onto the elevator on level 4. He knows roughly where things are now, but will he remember where things are? Obviously, his tiles will be completely cleared as a brand new game is at the start. ACM on to 12. Seawalker and Slab are on 10, level 10. At present time, the people who advance to the final would be ACM and Slab. It's Seawalker racing to catch up with ACM, and it's Dr. Calypso trying his best to get caught up to Slab. And this might be a reprieve for Dr. Calypso, as Slab has been sucked up into a tornado. Now, what is the tornado going to do with him? Is it going to be kind and leave him over land, or is it going to spit him out into space and drop him a level? It spits him out very kindly right by land there on the water. There's a full clear level though for Slab. He's not enjoying this level, I can tell you that much. Bit of a horrible 10 for everyone right now, it seems. As I see Seawalker struggling as well. ACM getting flattened by the nerd herd. 10 is fine if you have the skates, says Rasha. Absolutely. I mean, 10 is always a level that is characterized by having big bodies of water in the center of the map, causing you to navigate around the perimeter edge. And if you have skates, you can do that much faster. And if you get lucky and just wander in the right direction around the perimeter edge, you can get to where you need to go pretty quick. But if you go the slow way around, it is a slow way around. No way of knowing to get... Oh, rocket skates on 10. We were talking about that in the chat. Rasha was mentioning rocket skates. And there's Seawalker using the very rocket skates we spoke about. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he's getting some tips and tricks. He has found some bees. He's found the elevator, but... oh no, he's found a tornado! ACM going up to 13. A Slab goes up to 12. Dr. Calypso battling his way back. He's made it up to level 7. Seawalker is on 9. He must have fallen. I missed that. He must have fallen. He's going back up to 10 now. So at this point, I want to throw it over to the Twitch chat. Who do you guys think is advancing to the final? We've got 2 games going on concurrently. We've got ACM and Seawalker. ACM is a few levels ahead of Seawalker right now, as Seawalker is stocking up on items. He's got too many items, it says, and ACM, we know, slither of health left on his character, potentially about to die, and he hasn't got anything in his inventory, except a rain cloud. So, his level's ahead, but his inventory is poor. Who do we think's going to win? How's it looking to you guys right now? And then you got the other semi-final there with Dr. Calypso and Slab. Both are in the elevator right now. But of course, Dr. Calypso, you got to think Dr. Calypso would have a sizable lead right now but he's soft-locked and finds himself far behind. Level 8 plays level 13. And don't forget that 8 and 9 had ship pieces back-to-back. So... Oh no, he's going to get mauled here. There it is. There goes his high tops as well. Oh, he'll be not happy about that. The rain cloud is open for Slab and the tornado and the mole combination. Really messing with Dr. Calexo's run here as he finally pops the bonus high tops he has, thinking, oh, I've had enough of getting hit with that. I'm using these high tops before they get stolen. Can't blame him. Oh, the fall there for Seawalker, falling back down to level 9. He is having a mare of a time. As ACM continues with that clever movement pattern that's seeing him uncover more of the map than you would normally be able to in that period of time. As he continues to use it to his advantage to extend his lead further. A lot of question marks for Seawalker at the top right, looking at his inventory, which is a bit of a surprise considering the guy had so many carrot men, but they were so close to each other. I wonder how his money situation was. He probably couldn't afford to identify much. He has a lot of items, he doesn't know what they are. Maybe there's an element of being afraid to use them until he can identify them. But so far we've had an action-packed race, lots of falls. We had a soft lock. We've had tornadoes. We've had boogeymen. We've had hula girls. We've run the gamut of ToeJam and Earlisms so far. We're only around halfway. ACM goes up yet another level, extending his lead over Seawalker. Dr. Calexo continues his honourable march back towards first place in his semi-final, as he has Icarus wings right now. I mean, it's never good that you soft lock, never, especially when you're 10 levels or so in. But he does have the benefit of the knowledge of where these items were, if he's remembered them. And he seems to be doing pretty well right now, catching up, making up ground. Slab was having a little bit of a party there, dropping all his items. I didn't see what he did. But I believe he randomized and drops his good items first.
Money.
Alright, apologies for that. We are back. Internet, it's wonderful, isn't it? Seawalker getting mauled there, but finding his way into the elevator on 11. Both ACM and Slab on 14 now. Slab getting boogeyman. See, I think Slab did the randomizer intentionally, because I saw him dropping all his items. And if you drop your items and then you randomize, the items on the ground don't randomize. So he knew what they were and he would have picked them up again straight afterwards, and that's how you keep the positive items but randomize the bad ones. So I think Slab is playing well for the long game, but it was taking him... He was sort of going a little bit slow at the start, collecting things and identifying things, so it looked like he wasn't in the lead at first, but it's going to come back to pay dividends in the future, towards the business end of the run. We'll see. We'll see. But having said that, he doesn't really have much identified right now, but I think that's because, which looks bad when you open your inventory and you see question marks everywhere, but I think he knows in his head what the sprites of some items are that he can use in a pinch. Unfortunately, because there's 4 screens, I couldn't 100% follow his thought process there in real time, but I'm pretty sure that's his line of thought, and we'll see that come into effect later on in the run when he suddenly stumbles upon a god tier present and he's got question marks there, and you think, oh, he really needs rocket skates right now, and then he happens to stumble upon him. It's not by chance. He's done that by remembering the sprite, then randomizing his items, so it says question mark, but he knows that's rocket skates, so it's clever. It's part of the strategy. The awesome snowboard for ACM there on level 14. As everyone is getting really close together again. I can't believe now, thinking about Dr. Calexo having the soft lock. Seems so long ago. He's really powering back into this one. He's going up to level 11 now. Slab, his opponent, is only on level 14. As ACM gets boogied and thrown down to level 13. ACM making his way up to 14. He's going to join Slab. Calexo all the way up to 11, only 1 level behind Seawalker now. And he's found the elevator, so he's going to be joining Seawalker now on level 12. Dr. Calexo playing with fire there, getting in the elevator with all those moles around. If he'd have got soft locked again from moles, oh my. Very close. Hoodie in the chat saying Slab got Santa good. No, he didn't. We've already worked out that it's too early for Santa. That is clearly a Halloween costume, a cosplayer in a Santa outfit. It must be the cosplayers from the new game, dressed up as Santa. And Yoshi saying ACM with a woefully small infantry. Absolutely. And his opponent, Seawalker, has gone the opposite route. He's further behind in the levels, but he has a full infantry, to the point that it's bursting and saying to him, you can't pick anything else up, you've got a full infantry. ACM's using a trick where he can move a little bit faster. You'll see it when you look top left, you'll see the way he does it. And here he is here, look, and he's moving faster than the camera can keep up with him. Which can be good for moving around the map faster, but not so good for exploring and catching hold of items. So I think ACM in his haste for progressing through the levels and finding the ship pieces as quick as possible, is not giving himself an opportunity to see beyond his periphery and to grab all the items necessarily. And that could be reflected negatively towards the end of the run if he has some bad RNG with the Earthlings. Like here, he's got right at the bottom of the screen. He can't possibly tell if the mole's about to come up and grab anything from him. So there's the downside. Or he's going to get hit. You know, the man with a lawnmower may be down there. You don't know. There's the negative side of moving faster. Kalexo at the bottom left, he's got the issue of Hula Girls and the Mole combination. That's a dangerous combination, a dangerous synergy of Earthlings to face, because one stops you moving and the other one grabs your items, and they work in tandem to give you a bad time. But he's there with his slingshot, taking care of the Hula Girl, making sure the Mole doesn't get any of his items. He's worked hard to get back into this game, bless him, so I think he's the underdog here, and I think in many ways we were kind of rooting for him to have a good showing here and at least give Slab a run for his money. He's only a few levels behind now. He's done so well to get back into this. I think it's fair to say that all parties really are fairly close. Top left and bottom right, both on level 15. They are the pace setters in their respective semi-finals here. But Seawalker and Slab, Seawalker and Dr. Kalexo, apologies, not that far behind. And I think Seawalker, having so many inventory items, could catch up ACM as we get further into this run. We shall see what happens. There's another ship piece has been collected on level 15 by ACM. We've got Slab trying his best to evade that mole, but you've got the quicksand there, or the cheese, as it's known within the community. The melted cheese. Of course, the cheese can slow you down. The moles just burrow on through it, and they can easily catch you up when you're in the cheese. Dr. Kalexo coming out of the elevator onto level 13. Obviously now, at this point, he is experiencing new ground. He doesn't know where anything is. He can't speed back through the levels he's already played, because these are new levels to him. As the mole is right there, is it gonna? No, it's not gonna get him. He's good. He's safe. But win, lose, or draw, there is no draws. Win or lose, Dr. Kalexo can be proud. I mean, he's up to level 13. He's caught Seawalker up. That is astonishing. And hold his head high, regardless of the result here. Slab up to level 16. As is ACM, who's heading for the elevator here. No, he's heading past the elevator. He can see an item he wants. He uses his little movement trick. Can't avoid the boogeyman with it though, before heading into the elevator. In the life situation, you can see ACM is a little bit skating on edge there. He's only got 3 lives. Everyone else has, what, 4 and 5? Bottom 2 have 5. I think Seawalker has 4. So I would say ACM is secure at the moment, but as we get into these later levels and the ice cream trucks start hitting you, I'd want to have more than 3 lives. That's just me personally. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on that and see what transpires. But we're hoping that the life count doesn't factor into the result in any way, but it could do. And that would be a byproduct of ACM's strategy here, which is to move around as fast as possible and throw caution to the wind a little bit. Now, in a speedrun situation, typically, that is commendable. If it doesn't work out, you can hit the reset button. In a competition like this, a tournament that's knockout, take this risk at your peril, essentially. Because things don't always go your way. If you get it right and the RNG is on your favor, you can set a real good time with the strategy he's using. But it can get a bit hairy towards the end, and we might see that in a little while. We'll see what happens. He's only got 3 lives. Seawalker's on 4, the others are on 5 and looking very secure, playing it a little bit safer. Rain cloud popped open for Slab there before he gets in the elevator. The reason he did that is because once he gets in the elevator, he's not going to get harmed. It's going to go up a level, and he will get the point. He will get the point for the opened item, which puts him closer to a promotion. So again, that's almost like another playing it safe factor. The extra lives. He has plenty of lives already. He's also cognizant of the fact that he can farm the items in a certain way to give him extra promotions and potentially extra lives if he needs them. As ACM disappears off the top of the screen, and you can see how close he was to that boogeyman. That could have ended up with him getting tagged and falling because he had no prior knowledge. He couldn't scout that area out in advance. He was committed at that point to being at the top of the screen, have what may. And he is so lucky that he didn't get boogied off the edge there because there was a boogeyman very, very close by. He had no idea. But that's the interesting thing about the top left screen there, is the risk versus reward factor of using that strategy versus coming across an enemy that could catch you unaware. Seawalker's gone to sleep. I don't know what's going on over there, but Seawalker's gone to sleep. Yo, wake up! Oh, I'd love to know what happened there. Maybe we had a controller disconnect, I don't know. But I'm gonna have to have words with Seawalker. Tell him that's not how you do speedruns. Doorway for Slab, who is kind of in a sticky situation on level 17 there. He's got enough of the level cleared where he'll feel that he should have identified something useful, but he doesn't have any intel yet in terms of anything he's looking for. I think it's just the elevator he's looking for. Ah, but he's found it now. He was in a sticky situation is what I was trying to get at there, where he could commit hard to the bottom left island, and he could go top right. It could be either one. He didn't know which one. He had to take a gamble. Luckily, it paid off. And that was a good level to get past, because that was level 17. Level 17 is infamous for its inclusion of the ice cream trucks. So he'll be very pleased to get past level 17. ACM is past level 17 as well. Both are just starting out on level 18. Interestingly, one has gone left and the other has gone right. So that can show... Oh, no. See, ACM is changing his mind. Now he's going right as well. But it's interesting, Slab instantly went right out of the door. He didn't go to the left. So he's still got that left to uncover, and he might choose to go that way later on in the level if he doesn't find the elevator, but we know that's going to yield no result for him now. So interesting that we're aware of that, and he of course is not. We've got the randomizer going on for Dr. Calexo. He'll be chuffed about that, as if the game hasn't conspired against him enough today. He now gets randomized, loses any knowledge of what he had previously. He's just discovered he's got an unfall there. As ACM shoots up to the top of the screen again, and then shoots back down again to pick up the items that he's discovered are there. There's the rocket skates, and there's a carrot man as well. Now, is he going to hang around for the carrot man, or is he going to move off? He's moving off, and that doesn't surprise me, considering his existing strategy is a little bit of throwing caution to the wind. He doesn't necessarily value the knowledge of the items because he thinks, I need to get moving, I need to find things, I want to make best use of these skates. Nice jump there. There wasn't necessarily a jump, it was a collision with the terrain at the edge, which gave him a little hop skip. You can jump with those. Oh, he's found it. Look at that. That is the benefit of that strategy. Look, you can discover more quickly, get those tiles uncovered, see if something exists, come back down again. He's through level 18. Good time there. Use those skates very, very well. Nerves of steel doing that little hop jump between those little islands, but he did it very well. Slab on his super high tops now, getting away from the guy with a lawnmower. Oh, is he? Oh, he just avoided it. I thought he was going to run back into the eye of the storm there and get caught out, but no. He avoids. Oh, school book for ACM. And then that allows the tornado to catch up to him. Where's it going to put him? He's mingling with the chickens right now. As Slab goes up another level, he's going on to 19. I was about to say he was going to go up to 19 as ACM was going to come down from 19, but no, the tornado, you know, it took a bit of time away from him because he was out of control of the character. He was getting spun around like a washing machine. Maybe that's where they got the idea for the new game, I don't know. I have no idea. But I thought that might have dropped him, it didn't. So he is on 19, Slab's on 19 as well. Got a phone somewhere near ACM, he's going looking for it. He's found it, in fact. Very well played there. Seawalker now sneaking up on Santa Claus. Thank you very much. I'll have all these items. I'm surprised he has room for them. He's been collecting a lot of items, Seawalker. That's his strategy here. But his strategy has meant he's 5 levels down, so he's got to get a shifty on. Because he hits the cactus. I wasn't watching, honestly. Nobody was, mate. You do you. You keep going with that cactus. It's a legitimate strategy. I'm trying to cover for him now. The cactus strategy is a well-known thing in the ToeJam Earl community. A very smart move there from Seawalker as he advances towards the elevator and gets himself up to 15. A feat that could only possibly have occurred because of the cactus play that he did earlier. So congratulations. Oh no, he's going to get... ACM is getting mauled as he's getting promoted, but maybe the mole catching him... Maybe the mole catching him before he got on the elevator during the promotion stopped him from soft locking, as Dr. Calexo found out earlier. So maybe a blessing in disguise being mauled by the elevator there, as the extra life comes through bottom left for Dr. Calexo. There is a telephone on Slab's screen at the top, but he doesn't need it because he's found the elevator just to the south there. Seawalker buying something from the mailbox. Didn't catch what it was. But Seawalker's strategy definitely is revolving heavily around infantry. Seawalker bought wings. Thank you, Yoshi. Second pair of eyes. I've only got 2 eyes and I've got 4 things to look at. I'm not very good at splitting my eyes either. They tend to both look in the same direction a lot of the time. Slab is up onto level 20. Ship piece to find. ACM found the wings too, but doesn't think they have money for it. Oh, so he's found... Okay, I get you. Extra life there for Slab. Wild is on the skate, so he skips the animation as well. Very good. That will be his previous strategy of opening the rain cloud before he got into the elevator, paying dividends because it triggered the promotion during the rocket skates animation. As he's firing a second pair of rocket skates and now regrets it because he's instantly found what he was looking. Oh no, he's got to find the rocket ship piece as well. Oh, he's found everything. That has paid dividends. That is very good usage of rocket skates. He's just got to wait for them to expire now so we can get in the elevator. He's thinking, come on. Oh no, he's getting hit. What is he going to do? Fudge Sunday? Oh, he's got hit again. Is he going to survive this? He's on no health. I don't know if this is going to work. No, he loses a life. He does still have plenty remaining though. As we look at the top half of the screen, of course ACM is racing against Seawalker. Both now have 4 lives, so this is looking positive for ACM. He's already up to level 20, he's 5 levels ahead. And we spoke earlier about the risk of running out of lives. He only had 3, whilst the others had 4 and 5. But he has, of course, gained a life in that time, and I think he's out of sight here because, of course, there is a 0th life, so he's effectively got 5 lives. I don't think a player of ACM's caliber is going to lose 5 lives in the remaining 5 levels. So, Seawalker might have needed the game over from ACM. He is quite far behind right now. He needs to play catch up here. It's not impossible though. Who knows what can happen in the final 5 levels. We've still got many ice cream trucks to encounter. Boogeyman there, sand, there's all sorts of things. Tornadoes, you don't know. Things can go wrong. Just ask Dr. Calexo. Calexo not able to wake up from fireworks show. Yeah, that happened. Now we've got 2 levels on 16. That's Dr. Calexo and Seawalker. Two players on level 21 as well. Those are your front runners right now, and the favourites to advance into the final. Slab and ACM. But I know all too well from participating in tournaments like this myself that it ain't over till the fat lady sings. I remember the last time we did one of these tournaments, I was in the final with Dr. Calexo, in fact. And I thought it was in the bag. I honestly did. In order to lose, I had to lose 2 games in a row to Dr. Calexo in a tournament that I'd previously gone unbeaten in. And then I lost twice in a row. So, anything can happen. And that's why we love these tournaments. Okay, there's a boogeyman on ACM's screen, but he has dodged it effectively, got himself into the elevator, and he goes up to level 22. The first player to reach level 22. I say that as Slab gets into the same elevator and finds his own way up to level 22. And if you look at their split times, they are pretty much identical. There's the ice cream truck on 17 for Dr. Calexo. As that is a determined ice cream truck following him down like that. That is unreal. He is so pinned in right now and then squashed. Oh, you hate to see it. That is so rare for that to follow you. Because if an ice cream truck collides with the edge of the terrain, it despawns. So for it to go straight down the narrow path like that is so unfortunate for Dr. Calexo. Luckily, he didn't take a death from it. ACM getting boogied, as you might have heard. And Slab is on rocket skates. This is what we're talking about earlier about him using his inventory very wisely. We've seen him use several pairs of rocket skates in a row in these later levels. That is what you want to do. Because these late levels, have trickier enemies. If you're on skates, you're not encountering the trickier enemies. And you can traverse more land quicker, etc, etc. So, big advantage for Slab being able to find out what his rocket skates were, drop all of his other items, randomize, and then keep those rocket skates and add to them potentially as the run goes on and know what they are. So he's using them very, very well. Dr. Calexo with the rain cloud and the total bummer. He's not using his infantry quite so well, but he does have a Fudge Sundae. There you see the skip on Dr. Calexo's screen that I was talking about earlier, where you can avoid that death from a total bummer by opening a food item just before you die. He uses that very expertly there to save that life. I don't think they're too worried about lives right now because they have a lot of them. But of course, if you do die, you do have to sit through the death animation, which is going to be more of a pressing issue to these racers as they're trying to go as fast as they can through these levels. It's looking strongly now, like ACM and they're so parallel with each other, both collecting the same ship piece. ACM and Slab, they're in the same position, on the same level, doing the same stuff, on the same present item with their shoes there. Very cool to see. They're both thinking the same way as well. They're both walking around the level in the same direction. It's fascinating that neither of them has seen this level before and they've both decided to use the same approach. ACM lucky enough to have a pair of skates for this level. So he now blisters off ahead, you would think, as Slab has to go around the perimeter very slowly on foot. It's great to see these parallels from what looks like is going to be your two finalists who are going to play again in a moment's time once this game concludes. Because that's what you want. You want a nice close final, and we have every suggestion that is what we're going to get here, based on what we're seeing here in the semi-final. And as synchronized as top left and bottom right are, Top right and bottom left are doing their bit to stay parallel with each other as well. Both have just arrived on level 18 within about 30 seconds of each other. Flexo dropping the total bummer there. Seawalker having a bit of a dance with the hula girl. He wants that burger though. He's got a slither of health and he doesn't want to die. Oh, there's a fall here from Slab. He is down a level on rocket skates. Yes, rocket skates are wonderful. Unless you do that. But he's got the unfall, so it's not going to be too big of a deal. It's just a shame because you sort of save those rocket skates for these later levels and you hope to really capitalize with them and use them to the best you possibly can, and then you fall off the edge and you think that was a bloody waste. So he'll be a bit regretful of that, and he's popped open the wings, but then he's got hit as he was taking off and he's now lost a life there to go for the animation of the death. But he still retains the Icarus wings. That's a differential here from this game to the newer ToeJam Earl game that came out. If you die, you lose the item. That would be a real annoyance because he just popped those wings open. But in this game, it's absolutely fine to take a death while you have an item open. You don't lose the item. It's the penultimate level for ACM and Slab now, but ACM has been through and cleared much of the top part of the screen. ACM, what is it? Sorry, Slab. What is Slab going to do here? Is he going to go north as well? He is going that way, and we know from looking at ACM that that is not going to yield a positive result for him. You can see a couple of pairs of rocket skates on Dr. Calexo's infantry as well. He obviously is holding on to those for later levels, but I think it might be in vain at this point because Slab is on level 24. It would take something of a miracle at this point for the finals to be anything but ACM versus Slab. Both players on the penultimate level, 24. I've not been following 100% in terms of ship pieces. Here we are, we got it on Slab screen. He has only got one piece left, so he hasn't missed any. I'm not sure that ACM has got all of them, but I would expect him to. I have seen some races where he's skipped levels where he planned to fall down and grab the ship piece at the end, but I don't imagine he does that intentionally. So we've got to assume, unless anyone's seen anything to the contrary, that both players are just looking for that final ship piece on 25 as Slab goes up, as does ACM, and again these two cannot be separated, which is going to make for a very interesting final. Both now looking for the ship piece on level 25 to complete the set, get themselves back to Funkotron and win their respective races. Slab was getting hunted down there by that tornado, but managed to avoid it. Calexo getting boogied, but he's got the walkway there to get away. Very handy trick there to use the walkway. Not only does it let you move a little bit faster than not walking on the walkway does, on the pathway, but additionally if you've got sand around you, it's doubly important to use that pathway. Oh no, he's getting hunted down now. Is he going to use the rocket skates? He is. He was getting hunted down by the ice cream truck. He had to do something. Now the mailbox monster is after him as well. Not having much luck there. Rocket skates for ACM. Oh no, the fall there from Dr. Calexo puts him back down to level 18. What's going to happen with ACM? Is he going to manage to use his skates more effectively than Calexo, who's had a fall? And Slab also had a fall earlier on rocket skates, so it can happen to the best of us, falling off of rocket skates. His counter says 9. Okay, cool, so he has just got this last ship piece to collect. There's a death for Slab on 25. He still has 3 lives left, as does ACM, and they're on the last level. I don't imagine them taking 4 deaths here. Everyone's getting too many presents coming up. ACM just had the notification. Seawalker has a notification. They're all very heavily stocked up right now on items. As we reach, what, 55 minutes into the race? Now, it is possible if you're on a fast run that you could have been done and finished around 10 minutes ago. That's kind of what you're aiming for when you're doing a run like this. But they can take roughly, usually around about an hour. So if you can finish in under an hour, you're generally kind of happy with that run on a world you don't know. And it looks like Slab and ACM are going to reach that. And I think it's going to be Slab, actually, that finishes first here. He's found the item. And there it is. That's Slab done. $55.46 for Slab. ACM has found it as well, but he's being chased by bees and he's got a tornado. Is he going to get it? He is. That's 56.16 for ACM.
Jamming.
That leaves us with just two. We know what the finals are now. It's going to be ACM versus Slab. As we play out the remaining two participants, Dr. Calexo, who of course I think would have been right up there in with a shout, but had that unfortunate soft lock. I think it was around level 10. He had to restart the whole game again. Very unfortunate, and effectively proved too much to overcome, but he has put on a heck of a display to get himself back up to now level 21. He has overtaken Seawalker. He's done a hell of a job, so hats off to him. I think he would have been right up there with a good shot at making the final. He would have given Slab some pretty some hardcore competition there. But as it was Slab finishing in first place. In IRC it says his time was 55.44. I've got it down as 55.46. We won't split hairs over that one. But in IRC it's logged as 55.44, which is an improvement of their personal best on the races. It's 2 minutes and a second faster than he's ever done it during a race. I guess if you're gonna pull a rabbit out of your hat and set a PB, this is the time to do it. The right megawatt speaker there has been discovered for Seawalker 777 on level 20. And so he's now taking a death. That lawnmower guy. What a schmuck. Oh, Hoodie, I see. So it's only during the seeded world race? So I see, I understand. I said earlier that Slab was setting a new PB on the races, but that's only true in the seeded world category. I didn't consider that. That's absolutely right. Of course, we don't do the seeded world ones very often. We do random world much more, and they're not comparable. Oh, look at that rocket skate usage on Seawalker's screen. Holy smokes. That was intentional, right? You meant that. Those are the pro strats. So once these guys are finished, we're gonna get ourselves straight into the final. It's taking place tonight. It is now 8 p.m. Eastern. We started at 7 p.m. Eastern. I budgeted for the final to begin at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is in around half an hour's time. But it looks like everyone's racing at a very good speed, and we should be ahead of schedule. So looking at Dr. Calexo's splits, it appears that he has a PB run on his hands here. Of course, it's been masked by the fact that everyone's finished before him because he soft-locked and restarted, but so the IRC time won't be reflected in this, but his own personal splits, it looks like he is a couple of minutes ahead of his personal best on Random World, which is also a positive individually from. Oh, look at the skates on Seawalker. I was just talking about his pro strats on skates where he did that lovely little hop over the little island, and then what does he do? He sends it into space. He's got more skates. He's going to skate his way back down. He has been dropped onto level 20 in a very unfortunate spot because he is right at the opposite side of the map from the elevator he knows he needs to go and get into. Now he's got to wait for the skates to end before he can get in. He's going back up to 21. Calexo is already on 22. It's looking like we've got, because the seeds in the heats were ACM was in first. I think Calexo was second, Slab was third, and Seawalker was fourth. So it makes sense that ACM finished quickly. You might have expected him to finish slightly faster than Slab, but a minute here and there is nothing in this game. It can go either way. But you would expect ACM to finish ahead of Seawalker and advance to the final, and that is what has happened. If you look at the second half of the bracket, though, Dr. Calexo and Slab, it is an underdog finish for Slab to win, based on the heats. I think we can chalk it up in some ways to that soft lock. Whether he would have, let's just find out. Whether he would have, whether the soft lock actually ended up deciding the result or not, I'm not sure. Because his splits are still taking into account that he restarted, but he didn't restart his timer. So I'm not sure how long he's been going on this individual run. I guess it doesn't really matter because at this point he knew what the first 10 levels were, so it's not apples and oranges you're comparing there. Oh, his splits are plus minus on the individual splits, not cumulative. Okay. Yes, you're right. I can see that now, yes. Whoops. I'll shut up. Paying attention is hard. Let's switch over the audio. In fact, we don't need to be listening to ACM stream there. We can listen to Dr. Calexo's. I would love to, but it's very quiet. Turn it up a bit. Oh no, look at Seawalker over there. He's... Oh no. He's on an island in the middle of nowhere with a total bummer. This guy is not enjoying this run. Turn up Dr. Calexo. I love having a mixing desk. But yeah, the guy has a stream on really quiet. Okay, Dr. Calexo now heading up to 24. Both are in elevators now. Seawalker heading up to level 22 for the first time, as he encounters no ship pieces but an ice cream truck. Dr. Calexo grabbing a bit of money and bumping into a plethora of hula girls there. He's choosing to avoid them very wisely, even though there's the temptation of that present looming by the feet of the hula girl. You see on Seawalker's screen, he can see the tippy top of the elevator that he's looking for. I'm not sure if he has a ship piece to find or not. If he doesn't have a ship piece to find, he's heading the wrong way. So I've got to assume he either hasn't seen the tip top of the elevator, which does happen when you're in the heat of the moment. Sometimes you miss it. Or he's looking for a ship piece. I didn't catch whether 22 has a ship piece or not. But if you see him suddenly bolt for that bottom left corner and not grab a ship piece on the way, then we know he just missed it. Oh, look at this. The hula girl catching Dr. Calexo just as he's getting into the elevator. But we now have Dr. Calexo going up to level 25. Final level. Icarus wings on both players right now. The mailbox monster is trolling him by that doorway, Dr. Calexo. Seawalker finds the elevator and makes his way up to 23. He got the bees and the dentist right by Dr. Calexo, but he pushes forward anyway because he wants that telephone. Oh, look at those bees. They are proper... Oh my god. Poor guy. Dr. Calexo down to 24 now. Seawalker on 23. Wait, there's a ship piece on 24 for Dr. Calexo? Did he not grab that earlier? Wow, he was going to have to pop down anyway. So those bees did him a favour by dropping him there. That was right. Oh, okay, they not done him a favour there. I'll hold my tongue. But yeah, by knocking him down, they actually knocked him right by the ship piece that he hadn't found on the previous level. And he left it there, trying to get it at the end. He can see where the piece is because of the... see bottom right there on his screen. He can see where the ship piece is because of his telephone revealing it. But he can't reach it. That's what the doorway was an attempt at doing. but unfortunately put him on a city island out in the middle of nowhere, so that didn't work. Seawalker is on rocket skates right now, whizzing around. He's found the elevator, but potentially looking for something else. Maybe there's a ship piece here. It's possible. Possible indeed. God. Does he want to buy a total bomber for $5? No. Oh, rocket skates for Dr. Calexo, and he goes for the swag ending. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 23 by his stream. So we have finished screens up for ACM, Dr. Calexo, Slabbity Slab. We are just waiting on Seawalker, who finds a ship piece here on level 23. The Righteous Rat Master capsule. He already knows where he needs to go for the elevator, but it is at the opposite side of the map. Let's join in with Seawalker's audio. Rick Grimes in the chat is bringing up something that can't be understated. Saying, good job, Dr. Calexo, way to come back. Absolutely. Slab set a very good time. 55 minutes, coming in under the hour. That's always a good time playing a world you don't know. So, I mean, if the roles were reversed, okay, so if the semi-final that Dr. Calexo was in was against Seawalker, he would have had the soft lock and still come back on 1. He's just got a little bit unlucky that during the heats, it actually worked. Let's think about this. If Dr. Calexo had done a little bit better in the heats, he would have been in first and he would have been racing against Seawalker as the first seed playing the bottom seed. Or alternatively, if Seawalker had done a little bit better during the heats, he would have played against Dr. Calexo in that third place position. So it is a combination of bad luck for Dr. Calexo. He did very, very well playing this game. To come back from a soft lock to have a very respectable finishing time. It wasn't really 70 minutes, that's the thing. It says 70 minutes on there, but that includes his first run of 10 levels as well. I'd be interested to see what his total time was on that run that he did. Because he seemed to come back and do very, very well. I don't think it was far off, if at all. I don't think it was 15 minutes slower. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually finished quicker. Of course, you've got to take into account the fact that he'd already played those first 10 levels, so he could get through them much quicker. He didn't have to go and explore for things. So it's not a true comparison, but he's still done very well. Very, very well. As Seawalker now is in the elevator, is heading up to 25. All he needs to find here is the final ship piece. We know that he needs to go bottom right. So everyone send positive vibes to Seawalker. And let's try and get him to come out of the elevator and go bottom right. And he goes left. Left and up. No, you knew he was going to as soon as those beasts. But oh my goodness, what a doorway! Holy smokes!
German.
That doorway! Wow! That was a doorway. I like to think that we all banded together. You know, we were doing the Uri Geller thing, and we were trying to bend spoons and trying to use the power of our mind, and it worked. Let's Seawalker there on 73.53. Good job, everyone.